has arrived. I request you all to please rise and welcome him with a big round of applause. I now request all of you to please rise for Tamil Thai Valthu, followed by a national song, Vande Mataram.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிது தெக்கணமும் அதிர்ச்சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிளமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே 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 வந்தே மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் சுஜலாம் சுஃபலாம் மலயஜ ஷீதளாம் சஸ்யஷாமலாம் மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी फुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्
Thank you so much, students. I now invite Professor V. Kamakoti, Director, IIT Madras, to please deliver the welcome address and make a presentation on the strategic plan for the year 2021 to 2027 of the Institute.
Friends, please join me in extending a very hearty welcome to our esteemed Chief Guest, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Honorable Minister of Education, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, to our IIT Madras campus. Sir, for all the guidance and motivation you have been extending with warmth and kindness to IIT Madras, we are ever grateful to you. Friends, the prime reason behind IIT Madras maintaining the top 1 position in NIRF ranking was the strategic plan. The plan actually enabled all of us, students, staff, faculty, alumni, to work in a focused manner as a single cohesive unit. These were some of the major focus points in the 2014 to 2020 strategic plan, where we were basically looking at more of transformational solutions for meeting national needs, and we were looking at advanced postgraduate education along with more modernized undergraduate education and moving towards a sustainable campus. As we move to the next 7 years, 2021 to 27, we have now started focusing more on what we may term as local relevance leading to global excellence. We are now given focus on 7 verticals, starting from hybrid pedagogy to deep tech startups to industry engagement, internationalization, international collaborations, more of alumni and corporate partnership, and also upgradation of our infrastructure to global standards. We have also identified key enablers for them and core activities under which we plan to achieve these targets over the next 6 years. We have also made very specific points for each one of these verticals, wherein we have tried to quantify our achievements. For example, we want to be in top 15, at least 3 engineering disciplines and 5 world-class center of excellence. We are looking at 20 multidisciplinary programs. We already have 10 of them. We are looking at 3 online degrees with a student strength of 50,000 people over the next 4 years. We are also looking at an I&D fund of 100 crore, innovation and entrepreneurship fund of 100 crores over the next 5 years. So similarly, on every other target, we have actually made certain quantification, and we would like to reach this level in the coming 6 years. So I'm very happy that we have our Honorable Minister who will be releasing the strategic plan, and I'm sure all of us, as in the past, will continue to work together as a cohesive unit and also will focus on these targets that we have laid for ourselves to take IIT Madras to greater heights. I also want to place on record, so this is a plan made by us for us. So the team of more than 80 faculty, staff, student and alumni have been involved in this. So I also place on record my deep sense of gratitude for all the people who have been involved in this massive exercise. With this, may I request the Honorable Minister to release the strategic plan 2021-27 of IIT Madras. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. I now request our Honorable Minister, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, to please release the strategic plan for the year 2021 to the year 2027. Thank you, all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite Professor Mahesh Panchaknula, Dean Alumni and Corporate Relations, to make a short presentation on MC Quick, Emphasis Center on Quantum Information Computing and Cryptography.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to present the salient points of the Emphasis Center for Quantum Information Computing and Cryptography. Quantum computing has all the potential to take the world of computing by storm. And there are many problems of societal relevance that cannot be solved by today's computers. For example, our traffic snarls, the traffic jams that we see in large cities, urban planning, development of infrastructure, and models that require understanding of these problems are better enabled with quantum computing. I want to start by acknowledging the support of Emphasis that helped make this center happen through a grant from their CSR. We have 3 parts to this center. We have a very strong industry participation with KLA Tencore, L&T Infotech, Emphasis, as well as IBM, which is providing us the quantum compute infrastructure. Several academic institutions are involved. Indian as well as institutions from abroad. As you can see, RWTH Aachen, the National University of Singapore, Leibniz University, among some, as well as research labs from both DRDO as well as CSIR establishments are involved in this effort. And the center itself will focus on 4 activities: basic research contributing to the furthering of knowledge, applied research leading to better understanding in specific areas, for example, finance and quantum chemistry. A strong aspect of this whole effort will be to educate the next generation workforce, to provide them the necessary skills to be ready for a quantum compute India. And this will be done through short-term and long-term courses, as well as through several outreach workshops, schools, and conferences. With this, I'd like to invite the Minister to dedicate the MC Quick to the nation.
Thank you, Professor, for that insightful presentation, depicting the relationship between emphasis and IIT Madras and its impact on the nation at large. I would like to respectfully invite the Honorable Minister, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, to dedicate MC Quick to the nation by a use of the remote. I would like to invite our friends from Emphasis to join the minister on stage, please. Thank you, Emphasis team, and thank you all. I now request Professor Mahesh Panchagnula to make a brief presentation on the Kotak IITM Save Energy Mission.
This initiative is funded from a very generous CSR grant of the Kotak Mahindra Bank, and 5 IITs are involved today, and our vision is to grow this to a pan-India network of centers. The vision for this is for IIT students and faculty to work with MSME industry within about a 100-kilometer radius, and to help the MSME industry be more energy efficient. In 5 years, we anticipate to have touched about 900 companies, resulting in about 720 crores of annual savings being recommended to the clients, and about 1,000 crores of total savings actually realized. These companies would be in a range where, with about 50 to 200 crore turnover, where they can really benefit from this kind of energy advice, as well as being more carbon neutral and efficient. Over the 5 years, we anticipate about 180,000 man-hours of IIT faculty and student time to be dedicated to this effort. In the next 5 years, we anticipate, with support from Kotak Bank, to grow to a network of 30 centers located at different IITs and NITs that will take advantage of the fact that all of us, that the IITs and NITs operate somewhat similarly, and that we will be able to build this network being finally coordinated by IIT Madras. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for the presentation outlining the vision for KISEM, where IITs are all coming together to help the MSME sector in India. I now invite the Honorable Minister, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, to next inaugurate the Kotak IITM Save Energy Mission by unveiling the plaque. I would like to request our friends from Kotak Mahindra Bank to join the Minister on stage, please. Thank you, Kotak team, and thank you, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor A. Ramesh from the Department of Mechanical Engineering will now take us through a short presentation on the TVS IITM GDI engine developed under an Uchchatar Avishkar Yojana project.
Honorable Minister, dignitaries and everyone present here. I'll be presenting the details of a UAV project which was jointly done along with TVS Motors at the National Center for Combustion Research and Development at IIT Madras. This project was on the development of a small engine, small GDI engine which can power small 2 and 3 wheelers. Small engines pose very unique challenges, and so we had to start this work with a simulation. Then we came up with development of certain novel components which you see here, like the novel combustion chamber. Then we had a test rig put up at IIT Madras and NCCRD with the state-of-the-art equipment, and then we went on to do experiments and then optimization, and then finally came out with components which were actually mounted on the engine and tested in the laboratory. Meanwhile, TVS Motors also came up with their controller, which was populated with the data of the experimental results from IIT Madras and the logic from IIT Madras. And finally, we ended up in the vehicle which you see here, which will be demonstrated today and which will be flagged off by the Hon'ble Minister. So in the process, we had several patents, several publications. Many students at different levels were trained, and we also had technicians who also were trained, and we created research facilities which have long-lasting importance. And we also had a very good industrial collaboration which is being taken forward. The important features of this are that we went from combustion system design to finally to the product and validation, and we now have a vehicle which can actually run on this engine, and it demonstrates the potential for good efficiency and emissions, and also the capability to run on alternate fuels. So we believe that this is an important step from where the industry can take on and go on to develop such engines for these applications. And we see the results here, and thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Professor Ramesh. I would like to inform you all that the Honorable Minister will be flagging off an auto rickshaw fitted with the TVS IITM GDI engine outside the auditorium at the end of this program. I next invite Professor Abhijit P. Deshpande from the Department of Chemical Engineering, Professor in charge of the Rural Technology Action Group, to enlighten the audience on the economically and eco-friendly multi-purpose smart vending carts that would be joining the national mission initiated by the Ministry of Panchayati Raj.
Good afternoon to Honorable Minister and all of you present here. Ministry of Panchayati Raj initiated with a view to empower the vendors in terms of their earning potential, flexibility of and ease of operation, and through a program which was conceptualized from the PSA, Principal Scientific Advisor's Office, and funding from DST, RUTAG IIT Madras, the Rural Technology Action Group, along with other IITs, took part in this initiative to develop vending solutions. And initial work of RUTAG IIT Madras focused on retrofitting. That is, if a vendor has an existing cart, how with minimum investment we can enhance the earning potential by improving storage, improving efficiency, durability, and so on. With strong engagement with all the stakeholders, we then have come up with a series of cart solutions. These cart solutions range from small to not so small. Our team has been working to provide cooling solutions, also modularity, flexibility, and so therefore motorization and non-motorization. So all these different carts have been developed, and one of them, which is the 3-wheel cart, will be launched today by the Honorable Minister. And just to add on, Honorable Minister, that this is but one example of IIT Madras' commitment to provide solutions for everyone. We are doing this in education, in technology, and in entrepreneurship. At the same time, RUTAG is also for a nationwide impact, is the technology arm for Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, which is Ministry of Education initiative to get academic institutions involved in the rural technology implementation throughout the country. So thank you.
Thank you, Professor Deshpande. The first smart vending cart will be handed over to Ms. Sarala, vegetable vendor, after the end of this program. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most awaited moment. I now invite Professor Mahesh Panchagnula to introduce our chief guest, Honorable Minister Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, to the audience, please.
It's my honor and delight to introduce our chief guest, Honorable Minister of Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, to this audience. Shri Pradhan is a Cabinet Minister for Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship in the Government of India. As a Member of Parliament, Shri Pradhan represents Madhya Pradesh in the Rajya Sabha and was earlier a member of the 14th Lok Sabha. Previously, as the Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas in the Government of India, Shri Pradhan is attributed with several progressive reforms and initiatives, including consumer initiatives like PAHEL, which is the world's largest direct benefit transfer scheme, and the Give It Up campaign that was ardently supported by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. The campaign urged affluent citizens to surrender their LPG subsidy for the needy. This received a successful response from about 10 million consumers. In an attempt to empower rural India with the clean fuel of LPG, the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwal Yojana was launched by the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, under which over 80 million LPG connections have been provided to women below the poverty line. Shri Pradhan ji has been referred to as the Ujjwala man for this achievement in many different media sources. Minister Pradhan has also undertaken several reforms and initiatives to aid the energy transition efforts of the country, which includes promoting gas as a bridge fuel, ethanol, CBG, and biodiesel, implementing the Satat scheme, promoting hydrogen-blended CNG buses plying the city of Delhi for use as a transport fuel, as well as an industrial to refineries, to promoting liquefied natural gas stations for long-haul trucks, among other initiatives. As the Minister of Education, he has helped launch the National Education Policy, which sets ambitious targets for all our efforts at IIT Madras. Following his contribution to society and the party, Shri Pradhan ji has been awarded the Best Legislator Award, the Utkal Mani Gopal Bandhu Pratibha Samman, as well as the Odisha Citizens Award in 2013. It is my distinct honor, sir, and privilege to invite you to address us and provide us guidance on our efforts. Thank you.
Good morning, friends. Professor Kamakoti, Director of IIT Madras, Professor Mahesh, Professor A. Ramesh, Professor Abhijit Deshpande, distinguished professors, other faculty members, my dear students, Professor of Practice, friends from the media. Friends, whenever I visit an institution, especially educational institution, due to its nature. It always inspire me, make me young, make me think from the roots. Today I am fortunate to be part of this prestigious institution. Today country is celebrating 75th year of our independence, and already we had a glorious history with institutions like IIT. Friends, today I am happy to dedicate the strategic plan up to 2027 to inaugurate the emphasis Center for Quantum Science, the Energy Efficiency Center sponsored by Kota Group. Today we dedicate the GDI engine for the efficient performance supported by TVS groups, and also will dedicate the low cost vegetable cat incubated and innovated by this august institution. Friends, IITs are not only educational institutions. In the post-independent era, our leadership envisioned temples of futures. In the mid of the 20th century, we envisioned to create a scientific temper among the youngsters of country, the niche community of our students, those who will study, they will study, they will impart knowledge and they will get degree. They will have their own career. But IITians are not meant only for that. Society has much more expectations since its inception days on IITians. You all will be the torch bearer for the growth and development of this country. I congratulate the IITian community to contributing since last few decades on this path, on this trajectory. And we expect much more from you. Today, when we dedicate some of the plan and projects here in this small program, that indicates the trend. Today morning I got opportunity to visit the Brain Mapping Center. I was witness of an event a few years back when the philanthropist Gopal Krishnan generously donated to IIT Bangalore for a brain mapping center collaborating with Tata's. I came to know later on, he also generously donated, being an old student, which is old alumni of this institution, for another advanced brain mapping center in IIT Madras. I am fortunate to visit that center today. As a public policy practitioner, how do I see that center? The IIT Bangalore center will analyze the living brains, and IIT Madras Brain Mapping Center will analyze quantum data. Data is the new oil. Oil is deciding the geopolity of the globe today, economy of the globe today, and we all are believing data is the new oil. Friends, I am thrilled, I am very enthusiastic to visit that center. I see a time in near future where entire world will come to IIT Madras to have that data, to analyze that data. We have that capability. You justify your IITianship. And I interact with some of the medical practitioners there. In near future, for the advanced treatment, when we are talking about the global citizenship, when we are talking about our root, India has a culture of giving back. India has a culture of taking responsibility of the entire world. What does it mean? Our youngsters, our scientists, our scholars will create instrument. They will innovate for the betterment of the society. And I am confident this IIT will fulfill the expectation of the humanity, not only our country, not only of the entire globe, entire humanity, maybe entire living creature. Friends, I had been to another innovation center, the 3D printed housing. I represent a constituency from Odisha, where lot of displacement are there due to mineral activities, due to big dams, due to some projects. Lot of displacements are there. I know when a poor man, is an illiterate man, a man from the forest, lost its house due to some developmental project. Economic growth, development projects are necessary in the modern economy. But how do we convince the poor man in the village area, in the rural area, in the forest area? We all will be having fruits of that development, but how the poor man will get out of that project? What he will get? It is very difficult to convince him to sacrifice. But today, when I visit the 3D printing house, for a poor man, house is the most important thing. Household is the most important thing of his purusarth. For his entire career achievement, if she or he is building a house, then this is not only a material achievement, it's an achievement of intangible acquire. Science, technology and innovation has answer for that crisis today. With a short span, with a cost-effective manner, we can create sustainable house. Today our students, our innovator, our researcher has achieved that point. And society expect much more thing from this modern days temples. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has appealed to the countrymen. We have to take responsibility for the society. We are entering a very important period of our life. By next 25 years, we will be in the peak of the Industrial Revolution 4.0. We will be completing, by 2047, India will completing its 100 years of independence. Just imagine the entire humanity, entire globe, sustainability, climate are the major challenge in front of humanity. Yesterday there was a news in paper. There are forests within the sea much bigger than size of India. The climate is changing. The ice are melting. The poor man is getting affected every day. How do we visualize the society in next 25 years? Friends, as a policy practitioner, I am here to know from you. I know, I am confident you have answer, but I am here to reassure myself. I will convey this message to society in parliament, floor of parliament, in the cabinet, in the policy body. Yes, our youngsters, our scholars, our professors are very much in focus in this area. By end of 2022, with your contribution, with your innovation, India will be rolling out indigenous 5G technology in all part of country. By end of 2023, India will be all the village of India, 6 lakhs village will be connected through internet fiber opticals. Who know much better than yourself when the speed will be 5G, the optical fiber will be connected to 5-6 lakhs village in the country. How do you use that? What is the public good out of that? How healthcare will be affected? How the education system is going to be changed? How the circular economy is going to have a paradigm shift? Just imagine the countryside produce of Tamil Nadu will get a market in New York. The Tanjavur painting will get a market in Paris. The paddy, the special paddy of Tamil Nadu will get a market in China. These are possible by next 2-3 years due to innovation of yours. And this innovation is not going to be a commodity of isolation, not only be used only in India. And I was just, in a lighter vein, I was asking Kamakoti ji, in this year placement drive, what was the highest remuneration a Madras IITian get? How much? What is the information you have? 1.2? How much? 2.1. You think it is a big number? I am here to request all of you to rekindle within the power you have. I want to rekindle that. Time is not far away where you are going to give campus placement by your company with much bigger package. The youth of this country cannot think less, think a small idea. This country has to be a job provider. This youth of this country has to be a researcher, has to be an innovator. I am also in charge of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. 2 days back on the occasion of Vishwakarma Puja, we organized the first convocation for ITI students, for the Skill Development Center students. I met a lady from Maharashtra who told during Corona days her husband lost his job. She went to a small skill development center and learned some skills for the stitching of jute bags. And confidently she was telling, not only I am earning some amount, I am also providing employment to 10 women. Friends, 3 months training. It's a simple literate woman, housewife can be a job provider. Why my IITian will be job seeker, will satisfy with 2.5 CR package? Just imagine. When Mahatma Gandhi went to South Africa for a better living, he was like an IITian. He was searched for good package. The country was ruled by Britishers, but he went to Africa. He could have earned his livelihood in India, But as usual, our elite and our cream people always think for himself. When he has been thrown out in the mid of the night in the Johannesburg station because he had a first class ticket in the train. You cannot travel in a first class train because you are not a white man. He has been thrown out. He was debarred from a barber shop. That reignite his chetna, his conscience. Why I am here? Why my life? What purpose my life? What should I do? Then he converted himself. He determined, I have to go for social change. He fought for the rights in South Africa. And do you know? There is a 16-year lady from Tamil Nadu, was first Indian lady, gave her life on the cause of freedom in South Africa, inspired by Mahatma Gandhi. With that much of hard-earned freedom we are enjoying today. Now in the 21st century, we all have to decide one thing. Why we are here in IIT? Do you think the amount your parents are spending in this institution as a fees, that is sufficient to make you a scientist? The entire society is reposing the faith, belief, trust on you. Not only your family. Yes, they have their own rights. They are your first right. But society has a right on you also. Friends, research, innovation, entrepreneurship, the changing digital world, the sustainability, the economic responsibility we have with our surroundings. And this country is a rooted country. If I cite example of a temple in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is a great land. Meenakshi temple is part of this civilization in Tamil Nadu. Just imagine the Meenakshi temple is 1,000-year-old temple. There was no IIT Madras in those days. There is no structured civil engineering department, no chemical engineering department, no architect department. But still, the 1,000-year-old magnificent monument is there. That shows our rootedness. Now we have to rethink, rekindle the idea. In 21st century, this COVID-19 has shown us a light. This pandemic has affected every household of the entire globe. And I am confident the kind of resilience our society shown in those days, today we have surpassed, as an economy, we have surpassed the United Kingdom. Just imagine, 300 years ago, they came to this city of Chennai, the city of Madras, to rule us. Around 1640s, they came to Madras. They came to India, they came to first Calcutta, then came to Madras. That's 350 years ago, 300 years ago. They rule our country for 3 centuries. On this plea, you cannot rule yourself because you are black or white. Today, why this time is important? When we are entering our Amrit Kal, we surpass United Kingdom as an economy. Our net energy consumption, we are the number 3 energy consumer in the globe today. After China and America, we are the number 3 energy consumer. But our per capita energy consumption is 1/3 of the global average. Today, we have dedicated an energy center in Madras IIT. And we are talking about 1,000 rupees. Do you know? I was in charge of petroleum sector, so I have little idea. If we analyze the traffic lights if we switch off the vehicle on the traffic lights, we will save 10,000 rupees per annum. If we will reduce the genset burden in the Bangalore city only, Bangalore city, there is analysis on Bangalore city will reduce the genset backup electricity system, the diesel run genset backup system will reduce that, then we will save 25,000 crore rupees. This much energy saving new idea market is there. We don't have to go to outside. India is an emerging economy. India want to be a Vikasit Desh. We want to be a developed country. When we will be developed country, when we will be achieving $5 trillion economy, our domestic requirement will also increase. Our society will also empowered with economic purchasing capacity. They need ease of living. Who is going to provide the solution for ease of living? Institution like IIT. So at the end, with much more expectation, with much more emotion, I appeal to all of you. You should all take a place by next 3 years. I will hear again, maybe as a citizen, Kamakoti ji. There we should take a place. We will be happy. We will celebrate a day where how much new entrepreneur we have developed, we have registered as a company, we have developed how much patent, not only patent for citation for PhD work, patent for commercial implementation, patent for social good, innovation for ease of living of whom? The poorest of the poor. Then only our institution will be justified in the 21st century. I wish all the prosperous, all the good thing, all the new ideas should come to this center, and you should the torch bearer, you should be the catalyst of this transformative path. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, for that wonderful speech. The Honorable Minister has kindly consented to present mementos to the CSR donors and industry partners who were involved in the projects inaugurated earlier. I cordially invite Mr. Gokul Santhanam, Senior Vice President and HR Head, and Ms. Sarojini Subbaya, Assistant Vice President and Head CSR of Emphasis, to please come to the stage and receive the mementos. It gives me great pleasure to invite from Kotak Mahindra Bank, Mr. Rohit Rao, Joint President and Group Chief CSR Officer, and Mr. Himanshu Nivsarkar, EVP Group CSR, to please come to the stage and receive your memento. I next request the representatives of TVS to come and collect the mementos, please. Mr. G. Nana Kotaya, General Manager, Research and Development Engine Design. Mr. R. Vinod Balaram, Senior Manager, Research and Development, Engine Development. Mr. Vishnu Kumar, Manager, Research and Development, Engine Design. Dr. Himadri Bhushan Das, Senior Lead Engineer, Control System Design. Mr. Arjun Ravindranath, Manager, Research and Development, Control System Design. Ms. Monica Jayaprakash Nagade, Deputy Manager, Research and Development, Control System Design. Thank you all CSR partners and thank you everyone on the stage. Honorable Minister Sir, we are aware that the national education policy is close to your heart. Therefore, I'm sure you will be gratified to know that the 4-year Bachelor of Science degree in Data Science at IIT Madras is in consonance with this policy. It is an online program with multiple exit options that is useful to students from many disciplines. The program is based on the 4 pillars of national education policy, which are access, equity, quality, and accountability. May I now request our Honorable Minister to hand over the diploma certificates to 4 students receiving foundation certificates and 2 students receiving diploma level certificates today. I now invite Ujit Kumar from Bihar, who's now receiving his foundation certificate. I now invite Smriti KB from Chennai, who's receiving her foundation certificate. I now invite Yashwini P from Chennai, who's receiving her foundation certificate. I now invite N. Balaji from Chennai, who's receiving his foundation certificate. I now invite Sujit Saravan Raj S. from Tirupur, who's completed his diploma science. I now invite Saurabh Warrior from Chennai. Who's completed his diploma. Thank you very much, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, for conferring the certificates to all these students. I now invite our director, Professor Kamakoti, to please present a memento to our chief guest. Ladies and gentlemen, the memento being presented is a Pathamadai fine core grass mat woven using the electronic jacquard handloom prepared by Pathamadai weavers using root tag IITM technology. The portrait on the mat is of Pujya Babuji Mahatma Gandhi. The grass used is super fine, and finer the grass, more is the time required to weave it. Ladies and gentlemen, I now request you all to please rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे भारत माता की जय।
Till minister leaves. I request all of you to go out to the ICSR entrance, please.